Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network's YouTube channel. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can find us on Facebook and stay up to date on our Facebook group, or find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcast can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Google Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at consciousradionetwork.com for podcasts, posts, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now and join the community. Subscribe today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be on the spaceship we call Earth. Welcome to Conscious Radio Network's live podcast series, The Weekly Seance. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Paul Mekas. Don't forget to subscribe if this is your first time watching us on the YouTube channel. Like, share, and comment. Also, don't forget to check out the exclusive Rumble channel, Uncensored. Definitely check that out, because we're going to cover some very, very, very interesting topics. So for a moment here, if you want to really get into some very, very intriguing and fascinating and compelling reads, check out My Journey as a Gray Hybrid by Gloria Haas. It covers many of the patterns of contact from extraterrestrials and is a significant disclosure of the reality we are not alone, but part of a cosmic family. It's a disclosure from the ground up. My Journey as a Gray Hybrid, available on Amazon Kindle, paperback, hardcover formats. Go to Amazon Books and check out the book by Gloria Haas. So, tonight, let's see if I can get this computer work. There we go. Tonight, joining us, he is back with a brand new bad. Tonight, we are going to take a look at some UFO accounts and some mysterious appearances through the eyes and experiences of an individual formerly of the naval operations of Her Majesty's Royal Navy. Joining us tonight, Graham Williamson, an international evidential medium, psychic, healer, and counselor. Let's welcome back to the show. Let's see. There we go. Come on. There we go. I got to get a producer here. Let's welcome back to the show, Graham Williamson.
I love it. I love it. Thanks for having me back, Paul. It's great to be here. Different hat tonight.
I lucky still have some hair left. I'm always covering it up. People, why are you wearing a hat? I'm like, I don't know. It just looks good. I look like, you know.
I could get a hat if you want. I've got my Navy hat.
There you go. So let's dig into this. Because that's the thing is I don't want to ask questions that you can't talk about, or things that I just want to make it to where, you don't get in trouble and stuff like that.
I won't get into trouble now. It's over the 25 years. And
all right.
It's past the 25 years.
All right.
And I left the Navy in 1986, so another 25 years, so well over that.
Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. So how the first encounter, where were you? When was it? And what did you see?
Right then, I joined the Navy in 1971 to 1986. And after 18 months, they sent us to a land base for training as a cook. And after that, they sent me to my first base as a sailor. And that was HMS Osprey in Portland, which is south of Weymouth, South England. And it's there that this encounter happened. I can't remember what time of the year it was, but I was a cook for the wardroom, which is the officers' galley and mess, where the officers all come and eat. And most of it was aircrew, because it was a Royal Naval Air Station for helicopters. And this particular night that this happened, I'd finished the kitchen, of the galley, cleaned it all up, locked it up, and the officer of the day accompanies me with the keys to the galley to the gatehouse, which is about less than a quarter of a mile. And the wardroom is elevated compared to where the air station is. The air station is like 200-300 foot down to sea level. It's a big rock, basically, where we're sitting on.
Yeah.
And as you approach the gatehouse, you're doing a slow incline. You're going up, and then you do the slow left-hand curve, and there's a gate. And on the left of the gate entrance is the gatehouse. But on the curve, you can look straight over and straight down if you go to the edge. But from where we were, we could just look straight out.
Yeah.
And I went to the officer. Excuse me, I thought there was no flying tonight. He said, why? I said, what's that light in front of us? Now we're 200-300 feet up, and there's this light almost level with what we didn't have to look up much at all.
Yeah.
I said, what's that? He says, oh. So he runs up to the gatehouse, makes a call down to the control tower, and I'm walking up still, but still watching this light. And I could hear him talking on the phone, and he's saying, what you got down there, flying? And the tower went, no, nothing. And he said, well, look up. Now, where the tower is, there's a secondary tower, because helicopters come in at all angles, and you can't have a blind spot on a control tower. So we had two towers, a subsidiary one, offset. He said, you better get them both to look. So they do, and they go, oh, what's that? Now, this white light had stayed pretty stationary. And for some reason, it started elevating a couple of 100 feet and going down, up, down. And then it went up again and stayed. And we're watching it, and next second it went overhead and back. Then it went back. And doing this 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And when it came back to stationary, it went up and down, then went straight up and disappeared.
Wow.
I mean, this thing was motoring. And it's only afterwards I started to really think we didn't hear anything. We didn't get buffered by the
any wind from it.
Yeah, the wind and all that going over our heads. It just went vroom, vroom.
Yeah.
We worked it out around about 2 seconds from it disappearing to coming back. And then we found out later it'd gone all the way down to Portland Bill. And I got a little map. And then after it stayed over the airbase and went shooting off to the right, which is to the east, it went over the Lulworth Range. It's a gunnery range for naval vessels.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to just boat around there. But we worked it out that this thing had gone over 10 or 12 miles. So we'll just say 12 miles. And I'll show you a little map. We're here at HMS Osprey.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a drop. You can see the harbour wall. Go on, I'm not very good at this. There's a harbour wall for the Navy base.
Okay. Let me. I think I got the copy that you sent me. Hold on. Wow.
Yeah, made a bit bigger. This one, Portland Bill, the end of Portland. This whole piece is Portland. There's Weymouth Bay.
Okay.
And this is the gunnery range. I've got it from here to there, about 12 miles, 10 to 12 miles.
Huh.
Well, we worked it out about 4 seconds to go all the way to the center of the gunnery range and back. And then 2 seconds back and forwards. It works out, what is it, 10,000. So for the 2 seconds, it works out about 7,200 miles per hour for the distance of 4 miles at 2 seconds. And 12 miles in 4 seconds works out at 10,800 miles per hour.
Oh.
Yeah. The speed it was going at, there's no way it was conventional craft. So the officer of the day is on the phone saying, what, and they had to put an emergency call into Whitehall. And their station was on lockdown for 3 hours.
Whoa.
nobody to leave in an hour. And there's me, wanting to go for a beer, a cook at the end of a long day. I needed a pint. But
Yeah.
these people, said, you can't leave, go to bed, we'll see you tomorrow. And people arrived from somewhere, and we were all interviewed. And I was told in no uncertain terms, what I seen was a weather balloon.
Yeah.
And I kept going, no, I didn't. You weren't here, so how can you tell me what I saw? Well, it was already. No, it wasn't.
Oh no, a weather balloon doesn't move that fast.
Yeah. I said, the tower said it's not on radar. The secondary said nothing on radar. And since when's a weather balloon traveling all the way to Paul and Bill and back again in 2 seconds, and the gun rain, 12 seconds there and back?
Huh.
Excuse me, I'm not an idiot. He says, well, you're in the Navy. This is what you saw. I said, no, I know what I saw. But I was bound by the rules. He said, I'm an officer. I said, well, show me your credentials to prove you're an officer. They wouldn't. I'm very subtle. I say to citizens, I'm sorry, if you're an officer, prove it. If you're in civilian clothing and you're on a Navy base, you've got to show me some credentials. Otherwise, I'll get the officer down, you get kicked off the base.
Yeah.
And these people, they kept on hounding us for months, and it was years of being told what I saw, what I didn't see. And no, with all the stuff I've done in the Navy, that was the biggest highlight of my life.
Yeah. Let me throw up, see if I can. Can I get back to that scene? Yeah, there we go.
That's it.
That's as big as I can make it. But so yeah, here's the Navy base here.
And Royal Naval Air Base.
Whoa, silent. There we go. I had to unmute you there for some reason. So yeah, let me get the mouse here. So here's the Navy base.
Yeah.
And then the gunnery range is out here about 10 miles.
10 to 12
miles to the east.
Yes.
All right.
And you can see the compass latitude markings up on the top of the chart there. 2 point, and so it shows exactly on the south coast where we are.
Okay. Yeah.
And Portland Bill's at the bottom of the island, Portland, and that's 4 miles from base to the Portland Bill, approximately.
Yeah, you got 4 miles. Yeah, 4 miles. Was it 4 miles south?
Yeah.
Yeah. From the top to the bottom of Portland.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. Yeah.
It's just phenomenal how something can travel so quickly, and yet, as I say, afterwards, the shock wears away, and you do get the static.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah. Other than not feeling any wind or sound and stuff like that, did you remember feeling any type of electrical impulses or definitely. the ions in the atmosphere kind of change? Well,
also, I'm an intuitive medium, an evidential, and I'm used to listening to my body as a psychic. And my mind just couldn't switch off. I was seeing what the flight was doing and where it was going, which is why the naval officers actually made inquiries with the locals. And it was the locals that said, yes, it went all the way over to Portland Bill Lighthouse and then zoomed back up north. It was so fast, we couldn't get pictures of it. And I didn't have my camera because I just come out of the kitchen. Normally I've got a pocket Kodak Instamatic when I'm off duty, but I was still on duty signing the keys in, so I couldn't carry a camera with me.
Yeah.
I wish to God I had a camera. I really do. But it's probably confiscated. Yeah, it's the energy I was feeling was at the back of my head and a little bit at the front. It was like something was coming in, and it was, to this day, I can't picture every single thing that went through my mind that day.
Yeah.
It was so vivid, so real. It was like a 1 hour movie in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Now, were you the only one that saw this, or
no?
Were there anybody else that?
I don't know how many were in the control tower, but there was 2 towers, so a minimum of 6 people down there.
Yeah.
Plus the gatehouse staff is normally 3, and the officer that was with me. I know those people were there and listening to what we were saying, and I was listening to what they were saying to the officer, because he had the phone on speaker in the gatehouse where we returned the keys for the wardroom. And
Yeah.
he said, "But look outside, you can see it, it's above you." Well, there's nothing. Oh heck, what's that? And you can hear different people talking.
Yeah.
There's no sound. That's what gets me. But unless you've experienced something flying directly over you, it's Gloria probably is about the only one I know personally that's had close encounters like that. And what you were saying earlier, but it's a thrill of a lifetime to know beyond doubt, and then being told people who didn't see it, you never saw that, you saw a weather balloon. You know, it defies logic.
Yeah, Gloria's got a question here. Did you talk with your experience with any of the other people who saw the UFO?
Weren't allowed.
Did you share your experience with any of the other people that
they were gone?
Yeah.
They were all sent away. And I was so stubborn they couldn't move me away as easily as the officer, because an officer has to obey orders.
Yeah.
I'm a junior. I wasn't even I was just made leading cook, or just about to go to become a leading cook. In the Navy, when you join as a cook, you go in as a junior, which is a scale C, which is nothing. It's just a complete novice. Then you become a scale B, which is experienced, but you're not qualified to become a leader. You have to go to a course at Chatham for culinary school, qualify, then you become a scale A, and you're classed as a leading cook. And then the same for petty officer, chief petty officer, master at arms, or become an officer.
Yeah.
And I was just becoming a scale B, and then been in the Navy 2 years. So it's and the weird thing is, as soon as anybody came to me, I knew what they were going to tell me. I don't know if that was my intuition as a medium, or the fact that my senses were heightened by whatever it was that flew over us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like telepathic.
Now, have you experienced anything like this since then?
Yeah. I was on another ship, and we were sailing my first deep sea on HMS Berwick, a frigate, naval frigate. And we were sailing from Portsmouth to the Azores, then going over to Bermuda. Now, the funny thing is, I get seasick on the Norfolk Broad, which is a mill pond.
Yeah.
It's like that much water and then 6 foot of mud or silt. And I got seasick on that as a kid. There's me joining the ship, going down to the Azores. And as we're hitting the Azores, we've got the west coast of Africa on our starboard side, port side, because we're heading south. Lands on our left, way over there, nothing's on the right, starboard. And I got into the habit of, when I'm on a ship, to go up on the bridge with permission from the officer of the watch or the captain to observe, because they knew I was pretty good spotting things that they've been looking hours for. Oh, there it is over there. I just had a knack. Yeah, come on the bridge, chef. I said, okay. And for some reason, they called me chef. I am not a chef anywhere. I was a cook. There's a difference. Yeah. So anybody call me chef, that's your choice, not mine. And I said, and it's night time. And I said, where are we on the chart? And I looked at the chart, and it said, there's all like another 12 hours in front of us. And lands on the left, there's so many miles, and nothing on the right. I said, I'm looking. Skipper, I'm seeing something. Something's not right. He said, well, I said, well, there's land over there, and there's a flashing light. Yeah. And on my right, over there, there's a flashing light. And they went, what? Navigator, get up here. Where are we? Stop ship. We were there for a few hours while they did a link satellites through Whitehall to find out where we were.
Yeah.
And we thought at first it could be a reflection of the light going over the clouds coming down the other side.
Yeah. Yeah. Mirage.
But as we were watching it, this copy light on the right side doubled the speed to the one on the left. Then it went slower. It was fluctuating to this side. And we go, okay, what is it? We never did find out. But it was on the horizon, doing its own thing, not the same as that. At first, it was. But afterwards, it progressed to double, to slower, to faster. It was doing its own thing. And we were there for a while. We had to get a satellite to check our position, verify it down to the last fathom.
Yeah.
And then we could move on again. And then we get into Bermuda, and I'd got my camera in my little pocket Enigmatic. And I don't know if you've ever seen a naval vessel, but when we enter a foreign port, we wear whites, called tropical whites, all the thingy all the way around the ship. It's called dressing the ship.
Yeah.
And by the 4.5 turret at the front of the ship, the big gun, double barrel big gun. And I'm looking, now I'm on a frigate, and it hasn't got a very high bow. And we heard this whooshing noise of water, and I'm going, click. This manta ray went over the bow of the ship and down the other side, over the barrels.
Whoa.
And I got a picture of the gills of the manta ray and the mandibles. And I worked out it was the largest recorded in Bermuda waters.
Wow.
And I went, welcome to Bermuda. And everybody said, where did this big one come from? It's never happened before.
Yeah.
We've seen a UFO, we're coming down, and something monstrous, bigger than ever recorded, jumps over the ship. And the picture went on to Navy News. Welcome to Bermuda, it said. Coincidence? I don't know.
Yeah.
But weird things. But then it becomes more medium stuff that changes.
So I've got a couple pictures. Well, let's see. I had a couple pictures. Come on, where are we? Got a couple. Let me go back to this screen here. Okay, boom. So these are some of the pictures that you had sent me. You could probably I'll flip through these and stuff. You can explain a little bit what you had captured. Might be a little bit hard for our viewers to check these out, but they can zoom in later after the show and stuff. And
well, you can see the moon. It's just about a full moon, and on the top left, you'll see a star. No, a bit lower down. There, yeah. You see a star, but then you also see another star. And when you zoom in, it looks odd. It's not just a star. And there was a green orb. And if you look below that green orb, there's another 2 stars. And they look similar to the one above.
Yeah.
When I took the camera away, there was no green light. Only when I had the camera and took the picture. And I've got a digital Nikon Coolpix B500 camera.
Yeah.
And it got this, and I've later ascertained that those 2 sets of stars there are actually the Starlink satellites that have been sent up by SpaceX. At first, I thought they were UFOs because I've never seen anything like that before. But from what I worked out, it could be the Starlink satellites that have been put up by SpaceX.
Yeah.
That green orb is definitely not visible.
That would make sense.
Camera. And the other thing is, it moves position. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the satellite picture.
Yeah, that's that one. And then
in less than a couple of seconds between the 2 pictures. And that green light moved. And you can see the camera is same orientation to the moon and the 2 sets of lights on the left. But why would the green orb move? I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Just a couple of seconds, that's all it was. Because I was flashing away. Now this one.
I see this one up here. I don't know what that almost
that's the same as before, but they've moved position now entirely, and the camera's still orientated the same way.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way the light's coming off the moon. It's very similar. But the orbs moved again. It's bottom, it's almost directly below the moon now. And I don't understand that either.
Yeah.
It's
Huh.
now these two, the left-hand side and the right-hand side, they are not clouds. They are the
These
same
are
shape.
wild. They look
Yeah.
like jellyfish.
Yeah. In fact, I thought they were triangular at first. One's
Yeah.
got the fluorescent bluey green on the left, and the one on the right, which is very similar in shape, is almost like a cloud.
Yeah, it's got an amberish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens. There's something there, and I captured it on the picture, and I'm fascinated by it. I'd love to know what these two are.
Yeah.
They're definitely not the Starlink.
Yeah, those are definitely not Starlink.
No.
And
This one's very difficult.
This will be difficulty to see and stuff like that. But
I'd leave that one because it's too difficult to see that one.
Yeah.
Right. Now, on this one, believe it or not, there's 4 sets of unusual objects. There's one almost vertical middle top.
That one there?
Like a V, a little V. That's it.
Oh, yeah. There.
Yeah. There's another one at the top right, just almost the exact quarter parallel, right on the top line. Go a bit more left. Up there is another one right on the edge of the picture, and you can't see it the way it's been held, but there's another one stuck up there.
Yeah.
Then we go down to just below that one there. It's the same shape as the top one. That's the unusual thing. This is what makes me think it's a Starlink satellite.
Yeah, that's what I'm. And
Both,
if you look really close and use your imagination, it almost looks like a Klingon ship.
Yeah, but if that's the Klingon, this must be the Star Trek on
Right.
the bottom right, because it is not the same shape as the other two.
Yeah. And then this one down here, this is the real prevalent.
That's the biggie one. I thought it was the International Space Station at first, but it can't be, because that was. I'm facing, when I took this picture, northeast. I think it was about 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And I normally take pictures from my back garden, which faces eastward, direct towards the coast.
Huh.
The ISS at that time of me taking the picture was northwest north, totally different to my left.
Yeah.
Way off picture, way off picture. And the route it was going is more or less, those lights were going from the bottom right angle to the top left angle. Just going up 45 degrees. You explain that one, I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
are phenomenal.
Yeah. I don't know what that. I don't know what that
it
is.
looks like two together. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it's not the same as the one on the right. I'm going, what?
And this looks almost like 2, but it could be a shadow, and it could be something. It could be a full ship, but It
does enlarge pretty good, but you lose definition.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it looks like it's 2 craft there, one below it, a little bit below it, only about a quarter of an inch below. But the other one on the left, that is one, whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
And depending on the light too, depending on the sunlight, at what time of night was this?
About 9:30, 9:45 at night.
In the western sky?
Eastern sky.
Eastern sky. Okay.
Yeah. I tended to take the pictures in the same areas.
Yeah.
I'll try. My house is literally north, south, east, west orientated, and I'm sitting facing north as I'm looking at the camera now.
Yeah.
So these all happened on my right side sky above my house, and I cannot explain it. And yet, after I found these pictures, I was getting little constellations on my camera that kept on repeating, and they're nothing like the craft that you see there, or satellites that you see there. They just look like stars. And I've worked it back for a year. My camera has had ghost constellations on the back lens
Wow.
Yeah, I've got to get the camera repaired, but it still doesn't explain those large, unusual items, UFOs.
Yeah.
I'm calling them Starlink satellites. I can't prove it.
Maybe too is getting some different settings on the camera. Not necessarily keeping your shutter open longer, because now you're gonna have to change your ISO setting.
Yeah,
But
I'd
letting
say,
letting enough light in for a quicker
yeah.
shot.
In fact, I've been practicing with taking a flash. If you want to
Mm,
get more stars, use a flash on your
yeah,
camera and
yeah,
put it on night setting, because this has got a night setting. I'll
yeah,
tell you,
yeah.
the Coolpix B500 Nikon is a beautiful camera. It's not too expensive, but I want a better one. I want to be able to
Yeah,
I want to see the dots on the moon. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I've experimented a lot on that, so that's why I just want to get it repaired to
Huh.
these ghost satellites appearing.
Yeah. So
But
let me,
yeah,
before I forget, let me put up your where people can get a hold of you. So they can find you on Facebook
yeah,
at Graham.Williamson.
yeah.
And
Or medium Graham Williams.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I've got an email address. It's a medium77, all one word. A medium77 at gmail.com. Or you can give me a call if that's okay.
Medium.
A medium77 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me put that up there.
If you want my telephone number, contact me.
They can find that on
Email.
your Facebook page too. So,
Yeah. And I'm on Messenger, so you can DM me
yeah.
and I can give you further details. But yeah, I'd love to explore with people who've seen stuff and don't understand it.
Not website. That's a yeah.
That's
But
it.
that's
You got
the
it.
email.
That's the email. Yeah.
Yeah,
You want
not
further
website.
details?
But
I'll do my best.
yeah. All right. Cool. Cool. What would be a good takeaway that you would like to leave our audience before we wrap up the show? For those who have never seen one, I wouldn't say I saw my first one on the 11th of this month, but it's been the first one in a long time. But for those who,
Yeah.
you know,
I would take this. I was a young kid. I was 19, nearly 20 years of age.
mhm,
I joined at 17 and a half in the Royal Navy. And so it was a couple of years later, so I was 19 and a half, nearly 20. And I was sober. And I've been working. But because of my job, I have to be alert. And when you're walking with an officer and you're a junior, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, you're very alert. When you encounter something you cannot understand, stop talking, look.
yeah,
Even pinch your hand. And if you've got a camera, most people got a cell phone nowadays. They weren't around it when I was there. Get as many pictures as you can and orientate your pictures for where you're standing. If you've got trees, take a picture, say vertical, go up and down, left or right, whatever it is. Get as much picture. If you can get a video, even better. But videos tend to be shaky and blurry and that. If you can do it, like I take pictures of the SpaceX rocket taken up.
yeah,
A quarter of a mile from my house here is an area, it's totally dark. I can get all the pictures of the rockets going up. I love it. But take your time and take notice of what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, and listen to that gut feeling. And if you feel goosebumps, remember it. And don't be swayed by somebody, it was just a power burst or something. It was a rain, static in the air, or whatever. If you saw something moving around, you saw something moving around. So you can actually be shown proof different to what you state you've seen, don't believe it.
yeah.
I believe what I saw. I know what I saw.
And with
That's
the
the
uprise of all these, I mean, there's a huge uptick of, aerial phenomenon, UFOs, aerial phenomenon, all so many different events. That's just a huge uptick. And Now
Yeah.
it's just what
You
are
gotta
your
remember
thoughts?
also-
What are your thoughts? Do you think we're getting closer to I wouldn't say first contact, but first mass contact?
Well, as I said at the beginning, there weren't cell phones. There wasn't Wi-Fi the way we know it today.
Mhm.
Then in the 70s, we didn't have any instant communication, and the fact now we've got instant communication over the majority of the populated world. It's easy to get information quicker. It's not saying that there's more activity, it's more people that are proving the activity.
Yeah.
And the activities are being shared quicker. And I think that's the main thing. It's not that there's more UFOs, it's just more people seeing UFOs.
And
now
and a lot
record it.
more people looking up. I
Yes.
mean, not very many people look up. Most people are looking down at their phones.
Yeah, honestly. But
Yeah.
you've got to take yourself out of the light of buildings and populated areas. Go into the country. Go and just look at the stars. You can see the shooting stars and meteors and the sun doing its fantastic dances. It keeps on moving. It used to be directly there. Now it's gone slightly north and it's slightly south to where it used to be.
Yeah.
It keeps on changing. Take the time to notice these things and watch the animal life, birds especially. They react pretty drastically if there's anything affecting their magnetic polarity, that inner thing that birds zone in with and migrate by. They all fly compass bearings like the bees. Watch nature. I know it sounds daft, but you are the eyes and ears of the world.
Yeah.
And you can only prove something if you've got pictorial proof or sound proof or people with you. If you're on your own, take your camera.
Yeah.
Have it
Yeah.
on
If you're by yourself,
ready.
definitely take a camera.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I suggest to people. And you are seeing more reports of UFOs because of this Wi-Fi network. And so I've got the satellite linking, looking up and seeing them on my camera. I'm going, what the heck? So,
Yeah.
it's there. I'd love to say close encounters are becoming more realistic because of this information. And it wouldn't surprise me if, as Gloria stated in her book, they're here already.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They
And I've
yeah.
seen things and I thought they were ghosts, but hang on a minute, I might have been wrong.
Yep. I've
It
always
is.
believed that they've been here for a very, 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 very long time.
Well, look, how many civilizations have we had? We think 2, maybe 3, but now they're finding 4, 5, or 6 civilizations.
Mhm.
What happened to the earlier ones? What happened to them? And so it goes on. This earth keeps on cleaning itself, and off we go again. Let's rebuild something new.
Yep.
But
It's time for us to change.
I'm
Man.
68. I've not got more than 30 years to go, so I'm happy.
Yep. Yeah.
But thank you, everybody, for coming in and joining us.
Graham, I appreciate it. Thank you again for being back with us on the show and sharing part of your history with us, and very intriguing history, because not very many people want to come out and just say, hey, I saw UFO. Hey, I saw this, I saw that, I saw Bigfoot. They're afraid.
Somebody actually sent me a picture of pilots seeing red flashes in clouds.
Yeah.
And they sent it to me and says, this reminded me of you, Graham. And I went, okay. Oh, yeah. A sort of unusual sights in the clouds,
Yeah.
But it's happening all around. You just got to look up.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Gloria. She says, thank you, Graham. Paul, good show. I appreciate Gloria. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Because
Thank
of
you.
Gloria, I came on.
Yeah. You could have. Yeah. We could. Yeah. Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
It's because of her I came on, because if she's prepared to step up and share with her what happened to other people. I'm sorry, the other way around. Let's say my brain's racing. With
Right.
what happened to her, I'm sharing it with you people because I don't want to be tied by official red tape. No, not happening.
Yeah. Gloria says, thank you. Very interesting. I believe it is important to share. So grateful you did. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Dolores. Thank you. Well, Graham, it's been a wonderful night. It's been a wonderful show. Thank you for sharing this information. And yeah, keep us updated. Keep us updated on some of your photography, because I've seen some of your stuff on your website of the moon and whatnot, and I'm intrigued. You take some really cool night photos.
I think there's a purpose behind me taking pictures of the moon. Is I know I'm going to see something one day.
Oh, eventually, something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Or they're going to take your camera.
Oh, how long have we got? I had the Navy chasing me for years, even when I left the Navy.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that I had to prove that the guy was from the officials trying to say, you didn't see anything else after I left. So they keep on chasing you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
Thanks, Paul.
Graham, you have a wonderful night. Thank you very much. And thank you all for watching Conscious Radio Network's The Weekly Seance. Until next time, you all have a good night. And until next week, we'll see you then.